So do you think that that job in any way helped you like be successful today?
No. No.
We are in Chicago, Illinois. Gonna do some street interviews. Kyle flew in from Dallas this morning. It's a bit cooler than Dallas. What was it this morning?
65.
65 this morning. Currently we're
It's
like
not 65.
I think it's 23 right now. But here we are, we're doing this. Let's go find some people. What's the worst job you ever had?
Probably working at a golf course. I mainly just clean clubs.
Some people would say that's the best job, is being on a golf course.
Right. That's true. But I'm not a huge golfer per se.
Okay.
So
Worst job you've ever had?
Oh wow. Probably an intern at a law firm.
Oh, easy. Pharmacy technician, CVS Pharmacy. How you?
He used, not CVS, but
Okay.
it's similar.
The worst job I ever had was when I was about 19. I had just moved to Georgia, and I followed a want ad to get a job, a job opening. And when I got there, the job was actually reading the want ads and selling them to people over the phone. It was horrible. It was such a scam. It was it was awful.
Yeah.
I didn't work there very long.
What would you say is the worst job you've ever had?
Oh, so my dad made me mow lawns for free.
For free? That's not really a job.
free.
That's just-
Probably at Lowe's.
Lowe's. What was wrong with Lowe's?
I was in college and they demanded like 39 or 30 something hours that put me right under full time, so that they didn't give me full time benefits. And like, I worked hard, but I think that was just frustrating.
I worked in a smoothie center thing. It wasn't like a smoothie king. We just made like acai bowls.
What was so bad about it?
I'd be there by myself for hours. We had a downtown location, and like there'd constantly be homeless people in there. And like, I want to give them food, but after that, like, go away, please.
Yeah.
I'd be down there at like 9 p.m. cleaning the store, and it's just me, vibes, and the homeless people.
Yeah.
I worked for a bank, and it was a shift job. I was a DBA, but it was a shift job. So that would be the worst one.
What was so bad about it?
Because I had to work in shifts. I had to work nights, like from 11 to 7 in the morning. So that was
What would you say is the worst job you've ever had?
I think every job has its own value, like in relation to the time and in relation to the phase of the life. I think jobs are important. I don't think that there is any worse or good one, but depends.
I appreciate the people that are like, every job is a good job.
Prior to this, I was an installer for, I did low voltage, and I did that for 20 years. So that definitely had its ups and downs, and that sucked at times. But sometimes I miss it. I learned everything from that job.
Yeah.
too.
So what sucked about it?
Well, I'd be in below zero temperatures, running wires cracking, breaking on me. And what really sucked was when you get good at something, they won't let you leave or move up. So that was what was
They
tough.
want you to stay where
They
you're
wanted
at.
me to stay.
Yeah.
I wanted to move on and move up, but they just didn't let me go. So I had to go move forward. And
What would you say is the worst job you've ever had?
I don't know if I've ever done any worst job in my life, really.
Yeah.
My background is journalism. I used to read the news on the radio and television. And after that, I moved into something a little bit more practical, like multimedia.
Yeah.
So that's what I've been doing for the past 17 years or so.
I love it when people say like there is no worse job.
Yeah, I
Just have the right perspective, I think.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. I mean, it depends. If you're lucky enough to fall into your passion, then you can never call it any worse job.
Yeah.
Worst job. I used to work in a landfill too.
In a landfill.
Yeah, it was pretty bad too.
That is pretty smelly, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Is that
After 30
do you ever-
minutes, you ignore it.
So we used to work at McDonald's, and every now and then I'll walk into a McDonald's, and that smell
You just get the waft.
just
Yeah.
hits me. So like when you walk past a garbage truck or something.
Oh
you
yeah,
just,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
get
It just
it.
brings back the memories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
worst job I've ever had. I can't say that I've had any like terrible jobs. I used to have during the pandemic. It was supposed to be a side hustle, and it was I was doing COVID vaccine not vaccine. What are those things like COVID testing?
Oh, yeah.
It was like an outdoor drive up. I'm full PPE. It's summertime. Like I got
Sweating.
scrubs and sweats and like everything, and I'm walking up to cars, putting stuff in their nose and swabbing it.
Yeah,
that was
I can
my
see
job.
that,
Yeah,
yeah.
it was terrible.
Do you think the worst job set you up in any way for what you do now?
Yeah, no, I think some of the jobs I've had in the past just taught me how to have a work ethic and taught me what a job is like. So without those, I wouldn't have grown.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It did help me to build patience.
Yeah. Do you think that in any way that job set you up for like future success or maybe what you do now? Is there any good that you can pull from it, do you think?
Yeah, I learned that it's really terrible to scam people.
That's fair. Would you say that your worst job set you up in any way for success today?
Of course, just the principles that you get from it, hard work, not complaining, except for when you do complain. Negotiating your salary, all of those skills.
Learning your self-worth.
Yeah, exactly.
When it comes to, I guess, more stressful encounters with people, like it's not that big of a deal because I was like 17 with, 2 unhoused people kind of like harassing me. And
You got experience with stressful situations.
And also just, people are so rude, and because it was like, customer service, I learned a lot of patience, and now it helps a lot with like working with children with autism, and I want to go into something medical, undecided yet, and but I want to work with kids, so it definitely helps with that, learning patience.
How did that job help you in your adventures?
Every single way. So everything about a house, because I was from the building phase all the way to the final phase, wiring it up, the clients moving in, showing them how to use it, especially, you're in the building phase, you're working with the architects, the designers, and you're putting your speakers, building the infrastructure wiring. So that taught me everything I know. Dealing with that, you're working with the HVAC, electric, shades, camera systems, alarm, and that's, I learned everything from that.
So do you think that job in any way helped you like be successful today?
No. No, it did not. It put money in my pocket. That's one of those, I just need some money and there's nothing else to do. I'm a photographer. There's no events for me to photograph. I can't be close to people.
So
all right, cool. Here's a big old parking lot where they like put up some cones and they have people drive through to get tested for COVID. All right, sure. I need some extra money. I'll do that. Did it teach me anything? Taught me how to make money. No, I didn't know.
So you had to grind when times are tough?
Sure, it taught me how to sweat outside with gear on and walk up to cars of people who were afraid of dying. Here it's gonna hurt a little bit, but don't worry, I'm a professional, I guess, because they trained me like 30 minutes ago, So it didn't teach me much, but it was cool.
I love it.